Now, at the end of last month, we had a visit from Graham Hall from Park Run here in Redcar to hear about a vote that you could make to make a really big difference to not only the park runners, but everyone who uses Look Park. Well, you absolutely didn't disappoint. Graham Hall is here to update us with the news. Morning, Graham.
Morning.
You've left your wife cooking a Slim and Well chocolate cake, was it?
That's right.
Ooh, you're a lucky fella, aren't you?
No, I'm not going to get any of it.
Are you not? Why?
No, she's giving it to my kids. One for the daughter-in-law and one for the daughter.
So you don't even get a whiff of it?
I get a whiff of it.
But that's all. That is all. Now then, the vote that we were talking about was all to do with Tesco's carrier bags, which was really odd. Just explain how that worked.
Well, essentially all the 5 pences that people now pay go into a pot, and it's divvied up, and 11 million quid nationally, which is a lot of carrier bags.
Right, it is. What?
Bearing in mind that they reckon 80% are not used anymore. So,
absolutely, yeah.
So that 11 million pound is divvied up, and for Redcar and Cleveland there was 30,000, and it was applied for, and we were one of 3 bids, and you went into your local shop and voted for what you wanted, and people voted for us. So
instead of getting the 4,000...
8,000.
Oh, sorry, 8,000. You ended up getting the
12,
which is fabulous. Now, I remember saying to you at the time, have you decided what you are going to do with that 12,000, which with the extra money that you weren't really banking on?
Yeah, and we're kind of sort of still in the melting pot. I mean, we've still got to sort of sit down with the council and agree, because it's still their park, so... We are at their bequest, but it's a partnership. So we have broad ideas and some evolving ideas, should I say.
Just out of curiosity, because the vote, I think, was it last weekend, the vote?
It was the 27th to the 6th of March.
6th of March, that was it. How did you find out that you had been successful?
I got an email on Wednesday.
Goodness, yes, because I got the text that night saying, brilliant, absolutely brilliant news. So how did you feel when you got that?
Relieved in one sense, because I've been watching. I've been along to South Bank and looked in their boxes, and they were all fairly level. And the one in Redcar, we always seem to be well ahead. And I didn't go to the other one, but I thought on that basis, yeah, I think we've got this in the bag. So having thought we got in the bag, I would have been very disappointed if we hadn't. I looked at the other 2, but I think
it is actually.
I think we were well placed geographically, and our box contained the words Redcar and New Mask, which kind of gives a much better definition of who you're voting for the people that didn't really know much about it.
Well, there's your opportunity to thank people for voting for you.
Yes, I will thank everybody, and I will also sort of point out to other projects out there that the applications for the next round, so another lump of £30,000,
right, okay,
opens on the 18th of April, and the money becomes available on the beginning of October.
So essentially this is for organisations like yourself, who would like a chunk of that money. Where do they go to find out more about that then?
I would just Google Tesco Bags of Help, and it's Groundworks, which is a charity that manages money on behalf of people like Tesco.
Fab. Okay.
As I say, 18th of April, it all opens up again, and people in Redcar and Cleveland will get another lump, presumably of the same sort of dimensions, as I say, 30,000.
And do you know that you can actually do quite a bit with money like that, can't you? So that's a really good thing. Now, you've got lots of plans, really, haven't you? Not specifically for that money, but you've been up to all sorts, because this is what you talked about. You said it's been a sandwich week, which, of course, got my, sandwich, you say, but nothing to do with sandwiches, is it?
Nothing to do with food,
What have you been up to?
Well, if the £12,000 was the meat of the sandwich, then the other 2 sides of the sandwich was on Sunday we had our Lock Park 20-mile race.
20 miles?
20 miles, 20 laps of it.
Oh, my word.
We had 134 people start and 114 finish. And
it's okay, I wasn't part of that.
Well, the majority of those people have sort of got marathons in mind, so it was part of their build-up. And excuse me, the nearest other 20-mile race is actually at Spenborough, which is a long way away, or Hull, which is an even longer...
Hull?
Hull.
Oh, it's a long way away, Hull. I heard you say Hull. I did say Hull. That's a bit long, isn't it?
It's the only 20-mile race in the northeast, and the other bit of it is we raised £700 for the Friends of Loch Park.
Fabulous. Hey, they must love you.
Top of the 3,000 we've already got from the previous 2 years.
They must love you.
Well, it's good to be able to help people who are helping the park.
Yeah, absolutely.
And can I just give a little plug here? The Friends of Loch Park are desperate. They need a new secretary.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't Friends of Loch Park make use of us? That's what I say. Friends of Loch Park, if anybody from Friends of Loch Park are listening, do get in touch. Give us a tweet. We are at Zetland FM. Just give us a message through the Facebook page as well. You could be coming in and sitting exactly where Graham is now and talking about what you do, why it's important, and also do a bit of a plug for your requirement of a secretary. Anyway, carry on. The seat is yours, Graham.
So that was Sunday, and tomorrow, Saturday, is yet Parkrun Day again.
It is, yay.
And it's our 200th parkrun in Redcar.
Wow, 200th. When you're starting there's something up like that up, you know, 200 just seems unachievable, I suppose, does it?
It seems a long way away, but it was only less than 4 years ago. But because 2 or 3 weeks down the line we'll have our 4-year birthday party as well, so it's good this having round figures and years to get two chances to celebrate.
Now this is where the word cake was uttered. We'd already uttered the word sandwich, but then the word cake was uttered. What's that in relation to?
People are baking cakes. We're going to have cake tomorrow after the run.
Yeah, good job it's after the run, not before.
And we're also hoping to have a big photo shoot. One of the things that happens at Parkrun is people join the sort of what they call the clubs, but essentially it's if you're a junior, that's under 18, and you get to 10 parkruns, you get a 10-run parkrun T-shirt, and then there's a 50 one for adults, a 100 one for adults, and a very rare one as well, a 250 one for adults.
Ooh, do you think you'll get yours, Graham?
I've got the 100.
Excellent.
Pushing on for the 200. And then there's another one as well. We have a volunteers T-shirt, which you get after you've volunteered 25 times.
Fabulous.
So we're hoping everybody that's got one of these club T-shirts will assemble next to the boathouse in the morning, and we'll have one big photo.
Smashing. Now, if people are interested in running, I suppose that worry, if you've never done it before, is, am I going to be left behind? Are people going to be standing there sort of going, come on, get your knees up? And it's going to be quite a stressful experience. What is it like for the newbie?
We like to think it's very rewarding and very welcoming to them. There's a young lady coming down tomorrow who's dead scared about running. I said, look, even if we have to walk the entire 3 laps, we will walk the 3 laps together.
And that's all right to do, is it?
That's all right to do.
Good, that's kind of where I'm at, I think.
And if you have to run to a bend and walk to the next one, run to the next one, that's fine as well. Whatever you do your first time round, beating it the second time round becomes your target. And as I say, there are people who have started off literally walking the entire thing and within a few weeks run the entire thing. Not necessarily fast. And I was listening to something on the radio yesterday, you know, this thing about the sugar tax and things like that.
Yes.
And somebody said, the trouble with giving it to primary schools, which is where it's going, is it's just more money for sport. And not everybody's interested in sport. And I thought, that's a very good point. Where does running become activity and then change into sport?
Well, funny you should say that, because next Monday we have a chap called Mal Fitzgerald in, and he's very much about getting communities active.
I know Mal, yeah.
Everybody knows Mal, he's fab. He's in on Monday talking about getting young people, kids really, into exercise. And I think last time he was in, I said to him, when I think of running, I think of cross-country running, and I think of Mr. Walters running beside me going, come on, Julie, come on. Just really haranguing me. And my experience was so awful of PE. It took me a long time to ever get back into sport. So in a way, you're really trying to almost try and get a losing battle on the go. Do you know what I mean? Because people who are runners will run, and people who are like me, got that bad experience, don't necessarily want to come forward and do the running, I suppose.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter whether you're going to run fast or slow, whether you're going to run, walk. It's just getting off your backside, for want of a better way of putting it.
Thank you for choosing that word. You see, I suppose that's the thing. Like, as I said, I don't like the idea I'm holding people up, and I don't like the idea that you'll have to run alongside me going, come on, Julie, come on, Julie. What would be my experience? Because I would lag behind. I'm not a runner.
But there's somebody prepared to walk or run with you. It's one of our designated volunteer posts, tail runner. And if tail runner means tail walker, so be it.
You've reassured me. You have reassured me. So if somebody would like to just give it a whirl on your 200th run, what do we need to do?
Need to register at the Parkrun website. So again, just Google Parkrun. You'll get there. There's register. You only have to register the once. You get a barcode. You laminate your barcode to look after it properly anyway, so that it doesn't get wet and soggy. And all you need to do is turn up on the line, run, and as you go through the finish funnel, you get your barcode scanned and the tag that you're given to it shows your position, and from that you get your time.
Now, your run is around Lock Park, but where do you actually meet?
We actually meet in Lock Park next to the boathouse. That's where the start is. We've had a little change recently, so we'd actually meet where we start, and the boathouse actually provides a bit of shelter. They've put new toilets in at Lock Park, and that's actually nearer the toilets than where our previous start was, so it's actually worked quite well.
Very good. And the thing is, things like that are really, really imperative when you're drinking the water to keep yourself good and sort of refreshed, kind of thing. Anyway, so is there anything else that you'd like to mention while you're here? Well,
Parkrun's expanding in Redcar, hopefully, or Redcar and Cleveland. We've got a junior parkrun which will be starting very soon. I'm actually having a meeting with the core volunteers tomorrow, and we're just juggling various funding applications. We need to find £3,000 for that, which, as you realise, we do have money in various pots at the moment.
You make yourself sound wealthy.
I'm not wealthy, but I've got loads of ideas.
People who are.
Loads of ideas.
Excellent.
And we're also trying to get a park run up at Flats Lane, which will be a different challenge to all the other local park runs. 2 laps of a quite tough course, but it'll appeal to different people. We're looking for core volunteers for that. And
this is a slightly uphill terrain, isn't it? Yeah?
Yeah, but what goes up comes down.
True. Very, very true. Absolutely. So this one is a more challenging park run, you would say?
Much more challenging, yeah. I wouldn't say it'll be the most challenging park run I've ever done. I think that still belongs to Gibbside up at Bladen, which runs uphill. Well, you actually, from when you park your car, it's uphill till you turn around to come back.
Oh, dear me. You're not selling that one to me. But you are looking for volunteers?
Yes.
Right, so what do people do if they say, oh, do you know what, I'd like to do that?
Get in touch with me is probably the best thing at the moment. I'll pass them on to the people at Flats Lane who are actually going to pull it all together. I'm just advising from arm's length.
Good.
My wife won't let me get any more involvement than that.
She'll be wanting you going on to sort out the cake tasting, probably, I'm sure. Graham Hall, absolute pleasure to have you in as always. You are absolutely tops.
Thank you very much.